Hi Street Snappers, Brian here with another street photography quick tip. And today we're going to look at how layers can really bring some wow factor into your images. So layers can be used really effectively by street photographers to add volume and depth to an image, creating interest throughout the frame, front to back. And here's an example of how layers can work, where there is some foreground interest that leads the eye to the focal point of the frame, taking you through the frame towards the back where the main interest is. But let's look at what layers are. So in simple terms, it means it's a case of having useful subject matter on different planes throughout the image, front to back. And this usually means that the viewer of the image will stay engaged with your frame for longer, which surely has got to be one of the ultimate goals for us as photographers. But how do we construct layers? Well, we can do it using light. In this image, we've got the man as a layer, the deep shadows act as a layer, and the various parts of the background give us additional layers. So there's depth. Or this one, where that spotty pillar is the foreground layer. We've got the church and the blue sky in the background, and that silhouetted figure in the middle of the frame, the middle ground, he acts as a sort of visual punctuation mark, but he's a really important layer. And you'll find that when we use layers like this, all the layers add something, they all contribute something, and if you take any of the layers out of the picture, it won't work as well. So another great way to incorporate layers is by the placement of objects or the subject matter within the frame. So in this image, which was taken in Prague, we have a number of nicely spaced people in the frame, each forming their own little layer. Or here in Lisbon, where the various components within the frame are all layers. Reflections can be used to create layers, like this one shot in Venice this year, where the reflected information in the window adds some depth to the image. Or this one, where those yellow lines kind of mess with your head and invite you to try and make sense of what's going on here. Or maybe we're creating an abstract image, like this one, for example, where the pattern of the condensation on the window is a layer itself, as are the figures, and the coffee cups and the blue light in the background. So you've really got three layers there. And that brings me to the next question of how many layers do you need? Well, there is no magic number and it doesn't really matter, but three often works well, and it's a good starting point if you're new to this technique. Think of it as having a foreground layer, a middle ground layer and a background layer. And it usually doesn't matter if one of those layers, most commonly the foreground layer, is out of focus. And this can really add to the sensation of depth. Sometimes we deliberately shoot to include layers. Sometimes it happens naturally or by sheer luck. But it's always something we should consider when composing an image. And I know we sometimes don't have much time to compose, but when we do, layers should be at the front of our minds. If you were to study some images from some of the big names in street photography, have a look at the work of Alex Webb, for example, and he uses layers brilliantly, especially in this book, The Suffering of Light. And in my own book, 52 Assignment Street Photography, I'll put a link below, you'll find 52 mini projects, each designed to work on a specific skill, and one of those projects is all about layers. Well, I hope you found that useful. Layers really is important and it will add something new to your street photography. As always, I'd love to hear your comments and your views, and I'm happy to answer any questions, so feel free to use the comments box below. If you'd like to see lots more content about street photography, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button for updates. So that's it from me. I hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.